I've been getting all these movies at the Dollar Tree. It's about time we reviewed some of them, hey? What? What do you think? Okay, right after this, Tammy. Now, Tammy stars Melissa McCarthy, of course, and I do remember seeing the trailer when the film came out, and I thought, man, that looks hilarious. I really want to see that. And after seeing the film, which is an enjoyable film, I did enjoy the film. The big comedic moments are in the trailer. So, I mean, I know they do that a lot of times anyway, but the big comedic moments are really in the trailer. And some of the other things, the rest of the story seems a little bland compared to that. But it was still a great movie. I would give it like 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5. So, well, I guess, well, maybe they do it in Germany, 3 out of 5. But I do like Melissa McCarthy, and I do like seeing her in things. I got to know her from Mike and Molly. My wife saw her originally in Gilmore Girls, and then later I saw her in some of the Gilmore Girls while my wife was finishing that series up. And so I liked her in those shows, but at one point in Mike and Molly, she just suddenly disappeared, and they were doing this stuff where she was off at a writing conference and all this stuff like that, and then they finally just canceled the show. Well, what had happened was she had done Bridesmaids, which was a huge hit, and then she went off to film this, which was Tammy. And so she her career kind of took off while she was doing Mike and Molly, which was kind of unfortunate. And the story for the show was kind of unfortunate because it just kind of had to stop, and they just kind of had to cancel the show. And that's why Bob Hart's Abishola now. But it kind of had to change because she couldn't do it anymore. But Tammy was was a project she filmed while that was going on, and you could really tell because Susan Sarandon is in it and plays her grandmother, and Susan Sarandon was also showed up as another writer in the show on Mike and Molly that was kind of teaching her how to write. So I guess that's how they got her to come on and be on the show. But it has so many great people in it. It has Susan Sarandon, Allison Janney, Dan Aykroyd, Kathy Bates. It's just got a lot of people in it, and it's just really kind of crazy how many people are in the show and make cameos. And it's an enjoyable film. It's about Tammy, who is kind of a screw-up, and her life's not going right. She's getting ready to divorce her husband. She got fired from her job, and she comes home, and she nabs her grandmother from her mom's house, and they decide to run away in a Thelma and Louise kind of way with, Susan Sarandon. That kind of makes sense. So they kind of run off, but, she soon realizes that her grandmother is ailing in some ways and does need help. And then she also realizes that she has to kind of step up and be more than she was being. She was just phoning it through life, and that's why her job ended, her divorce was going to happen. That's why all those things were happening. And so it's kind of a coming of age sort of thing, but later in life, and she kind of realizes that, she could be more than what she was being, and she was kind of phoning it in. So it's a great heartwarming story, and like I said, there's so many great guest stars in the movie that you're like, wow, he's in this, they're in this. You kind of are excited by who's in it. But it's still, it's not anything after you see it that you're going to remember. You might remember this scene, and that's about, which was in the trailer, and then that's about it. But it's a great movie in that you're going to enjoy it, and I definitely didn't feel cheated for the dollar price because I did enjoy it. But at the same time, it's like, will I ever go back to that? Will I ever go back and watch it? And probably not. Special features wise. Probably the best thing on here is, of course, the gag reel, which is everybody cracking up while they're doing some of the lines. But it's not the most hilarious thing in the world. It's kind of more of a true life story of her getting her life together. So there's some stuff just kind of, it's touching and funny. And touching and funny gets you forgot. So, that's just the way of it. But it's not a bad movie. 3 out of 5, I'd say. 3 out of 5 stars. And I think you would enjoy it. So, Tammy with Melissa McCarthy. If you like this content, all you got to do is hit like and subscribe, and you'll get notified anytime I do any other cheap-ass movie review. And you can also hit the little bell and get notified. Boom, like that. But if you like this, share it with your friends. Tell some people about it. I'd greatly appreciate it. And let's go watch a movie.